Welcome back. Today I'm going to share another testimony. This time it's about my experience with giving. I have two main testimonies that come to mind when I think about giving, and I'm going to split them up into part one and part two. So the first testimony that I have about giving was I was going on a retreat last year and I wanted to contribute even a small amount to another person to help them make up the money to be able to go on the retreat. So I ended up giving about 800 Jamaican dollars, which was a small amount, but it was what I could afford at the time. I just really wanted to stretch myself in the area of giving and finances, and to not have money become an idol or any form of stronghold in my life. So I gave this money on a Monday evening, and by the Tuesday morning, less than 24 hours, someone gave me $100 cash in hand as I was taking them to catch a flight. And it really caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it. And then I remembered that just the previous night I had given the 800 Jamaican dollars. So when I did the calculation, that was about an 1800% return on my investment, and it greatly encouraged me, as giving and the move of God often does. So I'm on the way back home from dropping this person, and someone's name pops up in my spirit, and I said, Lord, surely you have to be joking. Like, I just got this money. I know you want me to give it away. So I grappled with that for a little while, but then eventually I was like, okay, Lord, whatever you want. As I continued prayerfully thinking about it, the Lord was saying, just give half of it. So I called the person to see if they were at home so that I could immediately go and give them the money. They weren't at home at that moment. So later on in the day, I met up with them and I gave them the $50. And I had gone to the pharmacy to get a card to put the money in, and there was only one card in the entire pharmacy that suited this occasion. The person wasn't sick, they weren't grieving, it wasn't their birthday or their anniversary. So there was only one card that fit out of the entire pharmacy, and it had a scripture on the front of it. So I just grabbed it, went to the person's house. When they opened the envelope and they saw the card, before they even saw the money, they started laughing and they were like, oh my gosh, somebody just called me this morning and encouraged me with this very same scripture. So I was like, oh, there's a scripture on the card, because I had even forgotten what was on the card. I just knew it was the only thing that fit. And so that was so encouraging that I was able to partner with the Lord to confirm that encouragement to my friend through that verse on the card. And then when she opened the card and saw the $50, then she began laughing even more, and she was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. So apparently she had a medical expense and the lab only took US dollars, and the amount that she needed was exactly $50 US. And I was just so encouraged, because even earlier in the day I had gone to the Cambio and changed my $50, and I was wondering if I should change hers as well, but I said no, the same way I got it, I want to give it. Come to find out, she needed the money in US currency. So that is my first testimony that I want to share with you about my experience with giving and how the Lord has good plans for us. And sometimes we don't need to wait to hear some voice of the Lord telling us, give to this, give to that, do this, do that. If we want to challenge our faith or stretch ourselves in a certain area, or just make room for the Lord to come in, then just step out in faith and do something, trusting that the Lord is a good God and He's not going to let your face see shame. So be encouraged. Stay tuned for part two.